finally, Mad Max. And this is on the PS4. This is my review for Mad Max. I just finished it about a couple of days ago. I don't have the box with me. I let my cousin borrow it, so apologize for that. But, man, I got the game, I want to say maybe 3 days after it came out. I think this game came out in, what was it, late August? Either late August or early September, something around there. I've had the game since. I've been playing it since. So I'm gonna give my review in these categories. I'm gonna talk about the graphics. I'm gonna talk about the story. Then I'm gonna talk about the gameplay, and then I'm gonna go into basically the final verdict. What the score I give it out of 10. So let's first talk about Mad Max the graphics. The graphics are amazing. Like these graphics, whoo, I'm telling you, when you get to this world, I mean, it puts you into the world visually, in no other way that I've seen. I mean, I know there's been other games like what was the Wastelands game? I can't. It's not coming to me right now. Borderlands. I know there's games like Borderlands, and there was a game called I believe it was Rage 2. Kind of has that feel to it. But the graphics, I'm telling you, like the rocks, the mountains, the dust, everything looks dusty. Everything looks dirty. Everything looks barren. I mean, it's amazing. The graphics off the cars, even when you take off, you can see the dust like get thrown back off from the wheels, and it hits the screen. You can see like the dirt on the actual screen that you're looking at. It's pretty cool. And even when you get into car accident stuff, the windshield cracks, very detailed game. And I give Avalanche Studios kudos to that. I mean, beautiful looking game. Even the detail of the characters. The perps themselves, they're cool models. As far as how they're made and everything, but they kind of look the same. That's the only thing. My only gripe with it, they more or less look the same, and that goes for a lot of open world games too. They don't have a lot of diversity in enemies. Not to say that the enemies look bad. They really look good. They look detailed, but the graphics on Mad Max, I love the customization of his costumes. The facial looks good. The facial different, what do you call them? Different custom made costumes, I guess you can call them costumes. I love the way they look. The skin tone. I mean, everything from the skin tone to the textures, everything looks great in this game. So the graphics are amazing. The skyline, oh my god, the skyline is awesome. I mean, you look up at the sky and you swear that you outside. Seriously, the clouds, they have different types of clouds. When you're driving, the sun, it's like you literally have to block, the sun from coming into the screen. It's beautiful. The game is a beautiful game. So I give it an A+ on graphics, straight up. I give it an A+ on graphics. Let's talk about the story. So the story, I'm not going to even spoil it for you. The story, I'm just going to give you the intro of it. The story basically starts off with Max trying to make his way to the Plains of Silence, and he gets caught up into basically a guy, one of the guys, the main guy who's been terrorizing the lands. His name is Scrotus, and so he basically Max runs across this guy, one of his captains, and messes him up and loses his car. He was basically on his way to Plains of Silence. If he had never met this guy, there would be no game, pretty much, because for the rest of this game, you're going to be building this car up. And it was kind of risky to go that route, as far as, building your car, collecting scraps. But I actually enjoyed that. I actually liked going to different areas and, helping out different, what do you want to say? They have different camps that you help you know, and so you help out the people that are in charge of these camps, you know, and sometimes it's usually the same. I mean, Max, if you're so bad, you know, why do you have to go around, you know, helping people out? Why can't you just take what you want? But I understand he has a heart and everything like that, so that's cool. So yeah, pretty much he meets up with this guy, Chum Bucket, you know, his little sidekick, and he basically kind of schools him around, helps him out and everything. And with that said, you know, that's pretty much what the story is. And so you're pretty much an errand boy for the entire game. You know, you're pretty much an errand boy because, you know, in order for you to get what you need to progress through the game, you got to do these things for these people that allow you to have these items to progress in the game. So that's pretty much what the story is. It's okay, you know. It's not really a grabbing story. Don't go into it thinking this is an Uncharted or a Last of Us. Nah, it ain't gonna have you like that. The story is not gripping like that at all. It's pretty much, matter of fact, for me, I found myself just doing side missions. You know, it's one of those games where if you like checklists and stuff, you're gonna really like this game. You're not gonna be too intrigued to see where the story goes. You know, it's not gonna compel you like, oh, I gotta go and see what the next mission is. No, you're gonna be like, whatever, I can take care of that later. It's like, there's no cliffhanger to the story to make you progress. So the story, I give it a C. I say I give it a C, B minus C. Yeah, I say C. Let's talk about where I think the game really shines. The gameplay. The gameplay is amazing. It is awesome. From the hand-to-hand combat to the car combat, awesome. It is a little bit out of character. I would say the fighting mechanics is a little bit out of character because honestly, I mean, it's cool. I love it. I love DDT. I mean, you can't really DDT nobody, but definitely power driving and body slams and oh god, power bomb. I mean, straight up WWE moves. I love that. I love it. You know, other people might not like that, but when Max gets his stuff unlocked, if you stick with this game long enough to unlock his moves, oh my god, the bones that crack and the moves and the gutting and I mean, basically this game is kind of like what people have been asking for on the Batman combat. People are like, man, can we just, you know, do something besides, you know, boom boom, because Batman's kind of, you know, he's kind of nice in the way he fights on those games, but in this, they don't hold back no punches. We're talking all out brutality, which is awesome. And I don't promote brutality, you know, in any form or fashion, you know, in the real world. But when it comes to my games, I like to be hitting brothers. You know what I'm saying? I like to, And so, you know, I'm into that. You know, I like to let loose the juice as far as my fighting skills goes. So awesome gameplay. The car, oh man, when you shoot that car up, I'm telling you, there's nothing more satisfying than taking one of them Thunderboom torpedoes and blowing up a convoy, blowing up a bunch of cars in a convoy. It's beautiful. Or taking your harpoon and taking off a tire. It's beautiful. It's awesome. Or just run it over people. I don't know. You can do all things. And I know I'm sounding kind of violent on this, but you know that's what games are. Kind of let you loose the demons. And that's what Mad Max is. It's one big sandbox of brutality. One big sandbox of car brutality and you know, really just taking down bad guys and stuff like that. It's real cool. It's real cool. So if you like that kind of thing with the gameplay, if you like Shadow of Mordor, if you like the Batman, you're gonna like this game. You're gonna like it. As far as gameplay is concerned, I don't know if you're gonna be down with the story and stuff like that. That might take you out of it. So, you know, discretion is advised. You know, the fighting is cool if you stick with it. At first, it's kind of boring. You know, but if you stick with it and you soup up Max and you build up his abilities, woo, you a beast. You can be a beast. You can be a beast. That's all I gotta say. You can be a beast. Let's see. So we got the story, we got the graphics, we got the gameplay. So overall, yeah, I mean, I like this game. I liked it. I mean, it is one of the first games of the generation that actually had me kind of staying up late, you know, to play. And I really took my time out with the game. I like being able to clear maps and stuff like that. I love because everything starts off red when you zoom on the map. Everything starts out red, and so what you do is you got to lower the threat. And as the threat lowers, it changes color from like an orange to yellow to the like a fade gray, and then to finally the white. And I like doing that. I literally cleared out the entire. Took me about 3 months to beat, 2-3 months to beat. You know, just a little bit here and there, a little bit here and there, and just conquering camps and stuff like that. You know, the ending was. I'm not gonna spoil it, but I don't know. Like I said, you know, just yeah, meh, right? So the verdict I give for this game out of a 10, the score I give for it is I would say an 8. Yeah, an 8 for this game. Outstanding game. Outstanding game. I would have gave it a little bit higher, but the story just didn't really grab me like it. Yeah, if you want a 9, you know, come up to the story of an Uncharted or a Last of Us. You know, a good story. You know, really draw me into who Max is. Give me the purpose to go to that next level, that next part of the mission. So I give it an 8. Not a bad game at all, but you know, you might be faded. Other people that might not be happy with the gameplay, they might even say it's a 7. You know what I'm saying? If you're not really down with the gameplay, you might be like, oh man, you know, Red Eye, I think this should be a 7, 7.5 or something like that. So that's all I got. You know, like I said, Mad Max, it's a really good game. I highly recommend it. I highly recommend it. Is it worth the 60? Yes and no. I mean, I say, you know, if you got a game laying around that you're not playing, go sell it and then, you know, use that credit and buy the game. You know, I don't know if I can recommend it for a full $65 because it's like, you know, but not to say that you're gonna be gypped. You know, you really have to kind of know what kind of publisher you like. If you like WB games, you're gonna like this game, in most instances. But it's definitely worth a rent. I'd say, you know, go to your Redbox, your local Redbox, rent the game. If you find yourself hooked on it, go ahead and buy it. I mean, I think if you like it, if you're really down with it after the rent, it's worth the 60. It's worth the 60, or at least $10 off if you got another game laying around or whatever. So that's my review, guys. Yeah, if you've played the game, let me know what your thoughts are on it. You know, I understand if you guys don't like it or whatever, but I had a great time with the game. Like I said, I give it an 8 out of 10. This is Red Eye Gamer, and I'm out.